Thank you for the call out, Inferno. I I didn't know I was muted. What the heck? Oh my god, the past like 5 minutes of outro are just missing. Intro. Outro. Okay, let's start from the beginning. Fuck. Oh my god, that's so annoying. Ugh, that is irritating. Okay. So we're back in the hardcore world. Welcome back. I haven't played this hardcore world that much recently. I logged in like December, right before I went to Florida, and I was playing a stream, but the problem was I got kind of busy with Hearth and Lork SMP, and so because of that, I just haven't been able to get around to it till like now. And I was saying to you, Inferno, that I'm gonna finish the life series. I'm gonna stream it on the second channel tonight, and the only reason why I hadn't done it yet was because I was gonna do it yesterday, and then Warcries called me to play Valheim, and I was like, okay, I'd rather do that. But yeah, I was muted. Okay, so basically, this is gonna be a fun stream where I just kind of chill and play Minecraft. But also, I'm gonna start telling the story of summer of 2024 as well. Dude, I wonder how long that was muted for. Dude, for all I know, that could have been a long time that my mic was muted for. Oh my god. Oh, now I want to figure out like, cause was my Valheim stream, was I muted for that too? Like, let me look at this stuff. I'm gonna look this up. Sorry, give me a second. Okay, bet. I just looked back at the streams from yesterday. Yeah, I was unmuted yesterday. So whatever happened was like a thing that just happened maybe today. Thankfully, I have not recorded anything today. My old teacher. Jesus Christ, bro, that is something horrible to drop on us. Anyways, I was storytelling the beginning of summer 2024. And now I'm probably not gonna have much time to get through the summer 2024 story, so I probably won't even finish it till this summer, like a year later. But I've got no food again. I always have no food on this world. SMP, I swear. Alright, so let's begin. So summer 2024 began kind of early in May for me, because I got to get home from college a bit earlier than I usually do, which was kind of satisfying. And when I got home, I was actually pretty sick. Like, the last week of junior year of college, I got this really bad sickness. It was like a cold. It might have been COVID too. I don't even know. From school. And it affected me so bad. Like, my nose was fucked up. I felt really horrible. And it's a bad way to end the year when you're super sick. You know, that sucks. You don't want to be sick on the end of the school year. And so returning home, even though I'd recovered from like the actual sickness, my nose and my voice was still fucked up for weeks. And so you may have seen from my first streams I did and stuff, videos and stuff I did when I got home to start the summer, I sounded sick even though I wasn't. And it actually lasted 2 weeks after I got home. And so when I got home, pretty much the day I got home, I immediately had to go to this job fair thing to turn in my paperwork for my camp counselor job. So yeah, I was working it for a 4th year. Super exciting stuff. I'm actually probably gonna work it. Wait, it's not 4th year. I was working it for a 3rd year. Super exciting stuff. And I'm probably gonna work it for a 4th year too. But we'll get into that because that's future stuff, so not confirmed. But at least that's what the plan is right now. And anyways, also one thing I forgot to mention that I mentioned originally before, obviously I realized my mic was off. I did play this world once in December, not on stream or anything, and I did make this nut. You probably could have seen. I made this like slab path, and now like I was like, you know, this is kind of ugly, so I'm turning it into more like a stair path. I feel like here actually would probably look better as slabs than stairs. Right here. Some areas I think stairs look better, and some areas I think slabs look better. The slab kind of works as a more gradual thing. So yeah, right there I think that's better. Stairs are meant to be more steep, I guess. I have no food, dude. What am I gonna eat? I guess I could kill a cow or two. I think I have a choice. I'll kill 2 cows. Oh, you just heard my stomach in real life actually making noise too. You know, I just ate. Sometimes when I speak, I swallow my like the buildup of spit in my mouth, and then it makes my stomach activate that. Okay, we'll cook these up. But anyways, as I was saying, I'm sorry for you, by the way, Inferno. That sounds horrible. Very traumatic, I bet. But yeah, so I had to go to the job fair, and a welcome surprise was there. So I go there, and there's some people there. A lot of people I never will see again, because like it's for the whole city. It's not just for like the camp job. There was one girl I remember seeing there who actually was going to be a camp counselor, but she didn't work with me or anything. But she was at the same training as me. Like we were hired by the same person, but different positions at different places. But we'll get into that later. But then I saw my neighbor, who's actually 4 years older than me, at the job thing, because like it was super long, bunch of super long lines. First you had to actually turn in the actual paperwork, then you had to get fingerprints, and then you had to get drug test, which drug test was the longest line. And so I had just finished up the fingerprint line, and he was in the drug test line, and we like intersected because the lines were going in different directions. I was like, hey, oh my god. And he's like, yeah, I'm working as a camp counselor for a different location, but it was like the ecology center, which is actually where I worked in for part of 2022. So I was like, great, that's crazy. So like I actually knew the people that hired him. I'm like, oh my god. And he was like 4 years older than me. He's our neighbor. We go to his farm all the time. Like we just went in November. His family gives me puzzles. I walk their dog sometimes. Like I was walking their dog in that vlog I posted on the main channel. That was their dog. Like it was cool. And I was like, great, this is awesome. Because like he's someone, you know, ever since I started going to college and he started going to college, even though he had just graduated, which explains why I was back in the town. He's someone I wouldn't see around that much, you know? So it was like, oh, great to see you. Great to see you. And anyways, my actual boss was there, but I never talked to her because I was sent to be with, because like basically like there was so much going on, and some people were sent to different areas, and so I was sent to a different area. So I saw her, but I didn't get to talk to her. That's what I was saying. Anyways, so then that was that, and the start of the summer was pretty chill. I did a lot of just like chilling Minecraft and stuff, and then we'll get into the first big thing for the summer. A lot of days passed, not a lot happened. I mean, I could look back at photos and see what happened, because like I don't really remember fully. But one thing I remember at the way start of the summer was I went on a lot of walks. Like there's this nice forest path. It's a cool trick I just did there by my house. And I remember walking right by a ton of them at the start. What am I saying? Oh, I need to drink water. I'm just like saying random stuff. When you come to the UK, okay, I'll answer that question in a second. Yeah, I'm going to the UK in end of August. It's confirmed. I mean, well, it's not fully confirmed. I haven't bought the tickets yet, but it's for my grandma's birthday. I've been to UK before, which I spent most of my time in London, and I went to like Bath for like a day. But so I'm not really going to focus. The main focus isn't going to be hanging out in London. It's going to be just exploring the UK. I imagine like the actual grandma's birthday stuff will be in London because we have a ton of people coming there, and we actually have family in like the outskirts of London. But I'm going to have a lot of free time, and I'm going to be staying extra because I'm doing a world trip. And then if you want to meet up, bro, I got you. Don't worry. I got you. But remember, not till August, so it's in about 7 months. A little over 7 months, I would say. Sorry, there might be some background noise. But anyways, when I go, I'm gonna definitely be down to hang out or hit you up. All right. I have never met I've actually only met one person. Sorry, the question is one. I've only met one person ever that I met online and in person. And it's someone I goes to my college. And it's only because he goes to my college. But other than that, I've never met. I don't really meet online friends in real life, and so I'd be so down for it. I also need to stop running because that's how I build up my hunger. Anyways, so back to the story. Yeah, so I did a couple walks on this cool forest path by my house, which was they only made it in like spring of 2023, so it was about a year old. I had done it in summer of 2023 as well. Sorry, my phone just buzzed. And I think I probably mentioned that in the last storytelling stuff. Hold on, I actually want to put something else here. But anyways, can't turn on volume. Lol. Lol mint. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. So, anyways, it's very beautiful. And I walked it a bunch, like 2 or 3 times. One time was with my dad, the other time was by myself. And I remember seeing so much people, and I was like, oh, I love this forest pass so much. It's so good. And I'm so happy they constructed it, because I love going on walks in the woods. Like, even today I went out on a walk. Not really to the woods, but on a walk. And so, skipping ahead a bit, not a lot happened at the start, but there was a trip I was supposed to go on in December of 2023 that got canceled because it snowed. I was supposed to go to visit Iowa and stuff. My family, obviously, because I've never been to Iowa. There's this place called Dubuque, Iowa. It's called Dubuque, Iowa. Dubuque, Iowa. It's actually by the Mississippi River. But it's kind of a bit north, and there's a snowstorm the day we were planning to leave, so literally the morning before, our trip got canceled. And my dad decided to reschedule it for the summer. And so we decided to go. But also my grandma was in town, because every year in May, April, and June, around that region of time, my grandma's sister, so my great aunt, comes to visit our cousins who live right nearby, and they stay for like about a month at my cousin's house. And they're there, and so my grandma's like, well, I want to meet up with them, because they said, oh, this might be our last time coming to the U.S. for a long time. So So that's why my grandma always comes, like, in the start of the summer to, like, visit them and stuff. My grandma's from Florida. And my grandpa never comes. He just doesn't like traveling anymore, which is something that we're very critical of him for. Let's map fix quickly. But, yeah, anyways, basically... Oh, I could see where I spawned, too. It was, like, somewhere down here. Yeah, I spawned, like, down here and then traveled out to where I am now. But, anyways, I might actually go on an adventure today. I can see there's a village north of here I've never been to. That might be a good idea. It might be a good way of getting food as well. Let me just quickly put away some stuff then. Like seeds and stuff. I just don't need this stuff on me, bro. Okay, let's go. But, yeah. And so my grandma was invited too. From my dad's side, by the way. So, we all went, but to start the trip, we decided to go to Galena, Illinois, which is a nice kind of like old-fashioned town. It's a nice stop by. There's one of the presidents has his house there. I forget who it is. And it was a nice visit. I'm actually gonna sleep and then go. That's a little smarter. Sorry to waste the sprint of running down the mountain just to go back up. But yeah, so that trip was awesome. It was a 2-night trip, sorry. The first day we drove out and passed through Galena, and then in the night we reached Dubuque. And Dubuque is so nice. There was this really nice bar we went to. It was so nice. The owners were friendly to us and stuff. And then the next day, we went up this cool hill. You'll see that Dubuque has this really nice hill. You can like take this special lift up. And it kind of reminded me of a Michigan trip, honestly, the one that I keep boasting about from summer of 2022. Like, it's a really nice place to visit, in my opinion. Especially during the summery months. And yeah, the second day there's this really nice river museum by the river, by the Mississippi River there. And I'll just tell you, it was very nice. This museum, I've been to many museums over the past like 7 years, and this is one of the top ones for sure. Like, they had animals, they had aquariums and like actual stuff about the river. I saw an owl and an eagle, and people don't know this about me really because it's not very public, but like owls are my favorite animals. So I was super excited to see an owl. And it's a really great museum, and there's even like a little steamboat there. We didn't get to go inside, but there was like a school that was on a field trip there, and I saw they went inside. Bye bye, Old Hill. I'm traveling northward. And it was really fun. It was really fun. It's really fun. And so, skipping ahead a bit now, because I'm a little lagging behind on the storytell. The next night, we went to this... Oh no, the same night of the second night. The same night as the museum. Went to this really cool bar. There was this super sick bar where you could bowl and stuff. And there are like tons of nice families there. Like, whenever I go on vacation trips, for some reason my family, we always meet other families. And it was a really nice family we were talking to. I already forgot most of the conversation. But it was really cool. And I was super hyped. There was even like an underground arcade Kind of like something from my Finance Friday Security Breach. Like, it was a full-on arcade. Oh, my keyboard's being so loud right now. And, it was so fun, guys. Trust me, it was amazing. I had a great time. So, yeah, that was a really fun day. I'm also going to grab the wheat here, by the way. It was a really fun day. And I at the end of it, I was like, oh my god, that was awesome. I remember this was like, I was really into Clash Royale at the time. I think I had one of my biggest Clash Royale flops ever, where I was like 1 win away from getting to another arena, and I lost like 5 or 6 games in a row, and I was so pissed off. But I still had fun despite that. So, anyways, very fun time. Actually, I'm gonna grab the hay bales. That's gonna help me. Do I have my hoe on me? I do. Minecraft music playing. Let's go. Sorry, talking so much gets me very thirsty, so I need to pause every couple minutes to drink water. Alright, let's continue. So, I'll be nice. I'll replant these. It's a very good trip. The drive back was long, but it was nice. And it was also hot, too. I remember I turned on we were driving my mom's car, which is like a brand new 2022 Toyota. And speaking of that, the car actually did, in early February, my parents did get in a car accident, and they did break the door, but we'd already fixed it by then. But anyways, yeah, so I remember sitting in the front, and I turned on this car is nice. It has, like, for the winter, it has, like, heated seats, and for the summer, it has air-conditioned seats. So I turned the air conditioning, and it felt so good. And so that was a fun trip. I really enjoyed it. Although it wasn't, like, a super, like, awesome trip by any means. Like, we didn't fly anywhere, you know, we drove everywhere. But it was still a good trip. And so then the summer came a very interesting thing that's never happened before. So my brother, sound like that stupid song from Mufasa. My brother, please don't mess with my brother. So I have beats now, finally. I don't even have beats on Hearth, but I have them on here. Already nice. Most useless crop in the game, by the way, but I'm still gonna take it because might as well have the crop. But basically, should I keep sailing? I think I should keep going. Hello, dolphins. I hear you. Dolphins grace. Ooh, I'm almost as fast as if I had Step Strider or whatever. Oh, he's following me. Woo! I see you, buddy. I see you. No, he stopped following me. He did a cool trick for me, though. I have the replay mod footage of that. I do have the actual replay mod footage of that. I turned on replay mod. So, anyways, I guess I should have gone for that. No, whatever. Or maybe in that other village, in that pillager. I think maybe I've been over there, or maybe it's just loaded. I don't know. Anyways, so my brother was gonna work the entire summer, most of it, in a city in Wisconsin, and it's Fond du Lac. I'll just say I don't know why I need to censor the name. I felt like I wanted to censor the name. I'm like, well, it doesn't really matter. Sarfnic, it does not matter, bro. And so we had to move him in. And so we did like a one-night trip where we went to our grandma's house in Milwaukee first and stayed the night there and then dropped him off at his new place. And moving in, it kind of felt like moving in for college, but it felt nice because like whenever I move in for college, it feels like depressing because it's like, oh, back for college. There's a lot of stress. But when you're doing it for someone else, it's like, it's not that bad. Maybe this is what I feel like when I eventually have to move in my own kids or something. No, it'll probably be still stressful. But, like, you know, like, this is what it feels like to move in, like, siblings and stuff, I guess. I guess for my older brother, I never had to move him in. But, anyways. I don't think when my older brother went to college, he only did it for 1 year and then he said, fuck this. But, I don't think I had to move him in, so. Yeah, I'm gonna shift direction and try to go after this one. Well, first time it's already night again. Okay, never mind. It doesn't look dark for some reason. I'm gonna grab the gold block in a second. Is there a chest here? there is. Right now I'm grabbing everything, but eventually I probably wouldn't. Let us seek this treasure out. It's probably just over there, based on the land. But, anyways. It was actually kind of nice. We met his new roommates. He was working at this baseball field. Baseball stadium. Baseball stadium, not field. And it's like a minor league team. So, like, it's big. But, like, not super huge, you know? And it was kind of sad to have my brother move out. Although it was kind of important for me because usually the college year is when you don't see your siblings. But because my brother switched to my university sophomore year, I live with him. So it was kind of like the summer was my break from having my brother around. At some points you miss him, and some points you're like, okay, this is kind of nice. So I guess it depends. But yeah, my brother was gone. And I felt kind of bad because like I'm at home relaxing and he's actually doing like hard ass labor in the summer. So, you know, it's a bit not fair, but like whatever. His major required him to do one summer internship, and if he didn't do his internship, he wouldn't have had enough credits to graduate by May of 2025. So it was like a necessity that he did this internship basically. I want to make a crafting table so I can craft up some food. Here we go. You're a dog. And I know my bones on me, so I can't turn it. Sorry, buddy. But it was a bit sad. And, you know, we go home, and I'm relaxing for a bunch of these days. I'll tell you a lot of the stuff I did. So I just kind of did some random stuff for, like, the next week. I probably streamed a lot. That was probably something I did. I know I did my FNAF replay streams. I also probably played some Hard SMP Season 6, because back then we were still in Season 6 at the time. Probably did a couple streams with that, too. There we go. Oh, this is good loot, actually. What the heck? I'll take everything for now. Whatever I can fit, really, baby. Whatever I can fit, really. I need some bundles. Turn you into gold ingots for now. Some more storage space. I'll take TNT. Prismarine is rare, but not really necessary. But, anyways, that was yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I need a second to like remember where I was. Okay. Like one day we decided to visit a woman. My dad has we used to work with this one woman, like literally back in like 2011. So I hadn't seen this woman since like 2011, and she had like a 7-year-old or like an 8-year-old son or something, and he played Minecraft. And so I went to their house, and obviously the adults were talking, whatever. And this kid was showing me his Minecraft world. It was actually pretty impressive. Like, I helped him find a deep dark because he had never found a deep dark before. But like he had like a nice like little villa going. Although I think he had like the classic like cliche house made out of. Where's my house? Oh, it's that way. Okay. House made out of diamond blocks and like all the richest blocks. Like he had a house made out of iron, diamond, all those things. I thought it was super funny, personally. And then we watched this movie. I forget the name of it, but it's like the real woman. It's a Netflix movie. It's a love movie. And I was just watching this movie because like, he picked it. This kid picked this movie. And it's like it's about like a guy who goes on vacation to Hawaii and he's supposed to meet up with this girl, but he gets the wrong girl who has the same name, but they end up falling in love. It's super funny movie. Super corny. And then the next day I remember. Oh, by the way, this was during the cicada invasion. The cicada invasion of summer 2024 was wild. For like the end of May and like start of June, there were cicadas everywhere. And somehow I got lucky. My house had no cicadas. Dead serious. My house had no cicadas in front of it. I guess, but like we went to these people's house and you could see their backyard. Like, yeah, we would usually do this dinner out of our backyard, but like look at the backyard and you see like cicadas everywhere, all over their like outdoor furniture or whatever. It's like, yeah, we're gonna stay inside for tonight. It was a good dinner. And the next day, I went to the Botanic Gardens. And the Botanic Gardens, the Chicago Botanic Gardens, are really nice. Lovely. I tried to build Botanic Gardens on Hearth. Very similar to this flower biome we were able to pass by. And I remember I tried to build the Botanic Gardens on Hearth. That's how much I love them. And so, this may sound kind of geeky, I want to say, but like I remember all the times I've been there recently. I went in August of 2021 once. right before starting college, which I thought was really nice. And then I also went in September of 2023, right around Labor Day. And so going again in May of 2024 was like less than a year later. I wanted to do it. And good thing, because it was actually very beautiful in May. That's with my mom. The same person I've always gone with. Because my mom gets in for free. Like, literally, like, my mom gets in for free because of the, like, teacher deals they have. And so it makes sense to go. I don't get in for free, but, like, whatever. Like, you know some places have student deals? This is, like, one of the rare places. Where did the boat go? Oh, there it is. This is one of the rare places that doesn't have student deals, but has teacher deals. So, yeah, it's crazy. Anyways, so... I kind of want a music disc off of you. Hold on a second. Skeleton! You see me? Oh, yeah. Actually, that might have been a bad decision. I don't need the map. Imagine dying on an SMP, or dying on a hardcore world because you decided to kill a creeper to get a creeper egg. A creeper egg? No, creeper disc. Or a disc! Actually, see, I cannot talk right now. Don't know what's happening to me right now. Let's just get back to the base safe. As I get diamonds and become richer, obviously it'll be a bit easier. Like, I survived on Lork, so I can definitely survive on here. Oh, actually, I shouldn't spoil Lork, because, but, like, Lork is... I haven't spoiled anything. Lork is not over yet, but it's gonna end soon, though. But, like, I survived super long on Lork without dying. I have survived super long on Lork without dying on my third life, so I could definitely survive super long in here without dying, because it's hardcore. Alright, let's play this music disc. What is it? It's a rare one. It's Maul. I know it's a waste of a diamond, technically, but, like, I want a jukebox. And I don't have to worry about pie charts on this world, so I'm going to put the jukebox right here. I'm even going to make a barrel that has music discs. This is for the future. It's right in there. We got back from our journey with some good loot. I'm not complaining about. Give me golden apples, actually. That's probably smart, because I'm going to need some golden apples. Because it's hardcore. Maybe I should do some fishing to get fish for food. Probably will do that. Because farms aren't really working out for me here in this world. Big bop though. Bop though. So right now it seems like I'm moving through the summer fast, but once I get to my job, it'll be kind of slower. So, yeah, it was a fun day at the Botanic Gardens. I think there were some areas I had missed when I had gone in like the end of summer 2023. So I was able to hit those areas. Like there's this really cool island that we missed last time. And then, anyways, there's this area where I always go to every year I go. It's like the Japan garden area and Asian garden area, whatever. And this time we went there, and there was a bird swooping down and attacking everyone's head, and people were freaking out about it. And I was like, it's fine, we'll just walk past it. And of course the bird fucking attacks me as one of the people. And I think it's because, for some reason, I get attacked by birds a lot. Maybe it's because of my hair being all black and stuff. Just the way it's set up, birds like to attack it. Like when I worked a park district job in summer of 2021, I remember I would have the red-winged blackbirds always attack me. And what was so annoying about the red-winged blackbirds, side tangent here, 100% by the way, but is that you can't attack them back because they're endangered. They're like protected, but they can fucking fuck you up, and it's totally legal. Fucking stupid bird, dude. If you had asked me in summer of 2021 what I would do to a red-winged blackbird, if you have me alone in a room with one that I would know would be the type to swoop at me, I would be like, oh, that boy's gonna wake up with some scars, dude. Only animal I'd ever commit violence to. Red-winged blackbird. And maybe a pitbull. I'd definitely do it. Not pitbull. No, pitbull. Yeah, that's what it's called. Pitbull. I would definitely fuck up a pitbull. Or at least attempt to. Look at my ass beat, who knows. Alright, we got a ton more wheat now, so I'm gonna start breeding the cows and the sheep with this. Oh my god, I'm gonna need to drink water in 1 second. One thing that's nice is now that it's been like about a month since the winter solstice, the daytime lasts a bit longer now. Like it's 3:45 right now. And if this was December, it would be like the sun would be nearly setting. But now it's still a bit bright out, which is nice. Alright, get bread up. But it was a fun day. We even bought some seeds that we ended up planting in the summer, which was nice. I think one of them might have been cilantro. I don't know. But we bought seeds either way. So, to continue, June started. I don't know what to say. June started. And I remember on the first day of June, sheeps are being bred. I think these are unnatural pink sheeps, though. Like, I dyed them for the fun of it because I wanted the pink wool. Oh, look at you guys. But, anyways, yeah. On the first day, there's this, like, really nice bar area by my house where they play music and stuff. And instantly playing that shit, lol. I had my high school graduation party there. And so we went on the first day. It was really rainy on June 1st. We went on the first day of June, and I remember just listening to music and seeing some adults I hadn't seen in like a couple of months, if not years. And it was a cool thing. And the second day I also did something, I don't really remember it. But, oh yeah, okay, second day, I don't remember what I did that day. Also forgot to mention, for like the start of the summer, from like when I started the summer in May, all the way till like early June, I was mass binging why can't I speak? Oh my god, The Legend of Korra. I couldn't get it out for some reason. I was mass binging it, and I had just finished it right around like June 2nd or whatever. And it's because I had mass binged Avatar: The Last Airbender for winter break, and for the winter break that was before that summer. And because of that, I decided to wait till the summer to start binging Korra. And I just want to say, I think Legend of Korra was much worse than Avatar. I would give it probably a 7 out of 10. I think Avatar is a masterpiece. And these are both my first time watches, by the way. But I think The Legend of Korra is kind of trash, in my opinion. I think Ninjago is a lot better than Korra. I was telling Aramis, I'm like, hey, Ninjago's a lot better than this shit, bro. And yeah, I thought it was good. Oh wait, I just said I thought it wasn't that good. I thought it was still okay. I sort of like my brain goes on like autopilot sometimes and just says stuff like that, even when I don't mean it. So what happened next was my summer training began, which was a very exciting thing because I didn't know all of like who was gonna come back. We had like sent a couple messages because we had a counselor group chat. Because when I ended summer camp in 2023, there were 5 of us had dinner together, and we all said we were all gonna come back next year. We had a group chat, and everyone came back except one. Everyone came back except one. So I'll get into that. But the camp counselor training began. I was so excited because it was like I was looking forward to it for such a long time. So I remember leaving and biking there as I usually do. And I got this electric scooter over the winter, and I was gonna take it, but then I was like, oh, people are probably, the people that hired me, my bosses probably won't be that happy to see me bring in an electric scooter. I was like, fuck it, I'll just bike. But yeah, I arrived there and I sat next to, remember there was this boy counselor I was super chill with the previous year? Guy counselor, I don't know, boy counselor sounds weird. I sat with him and we played Clash Royale together. Yes, this was the summer where I had just started playing Clash Royale in the winter, and I had discovered, oh my god, I have a mic setting here? Mute up. Hold on a second. I just discovered this summer that a lot of people I know play Clash Royale, and we'll get into more of that later. But anyways, yeah, I played Clash Royale with him, and then the camp counselor training began. And one thing was very clear from the get-go: there were a lot more counselors this year than there were a lot more counselors that year now, because I think it was last year. than there were in previous years. Like a lot more got hired. And it was very, very interesting. And so, what am I working on right now? Looks like I start working on a second floor. But I want to use wood. Maybe. Oh, I'll work on the stairway. I'll work on the stairway then. Need something to work on? Work on the stairway. This is a bad ratio, but I don't have a stone cutter yet. So, actually, can I make one? If I use this, I think I need stone itself. No, I haven't unlocked the recipe yet. Here, I think if I smell up 3 of you, I think I can make it with that. But anyways, basically, it was really cool to be back. Like I was really excited to be back. And the first day of camp counselor training was something for sure. You may remember my the camp director I've always worked with. I sometimes call her my boss, but she really wasn't. Because she was still hired by the same person I was. Just worked a higher position. She had a kid in between years. And her kid, she brought her kid to the training that day. And obviously I follow her on Instagram, so obviously I saw pics of the kid from before, but I'd never met him. And I was like, oh my god. She's like, oh wow, you're back for a 3rd year. And I'm like, yep. Anyways, so there were a lot of counselors, and obviously a lot of the counselors that were there would never work with me because there were multiple locations that have the same training. Just the same boss technically oversees it. There's the head location, which I've never worked at, and I don't know if I ever will. But so there were a lot of counselors there who you'd only see at the training and you never see them again. But there were a lot of counselors that were assigned to the location I always work at, which is the elementary school by my house. I was shocked. Double the amount there was in 2023. I was like, oh my god, really? And there's a couple reasons why, but it seemed like a very exciting year because it seemed like there were a lot of staff, and they're all pretty much girls. There were a lot of teenage girls this year. I noticed, people who were 15, 14, 16, 17. There were a lot of those age girls, and I didn't really get to meet them at first. But we did the usual stuff we do. We always do what's it called? What's the game called? Not trivia. Jeopardy. We always do Jeopardy. And I think my team actually won Jeopardy this year, which is nice, because in previous years we did not win. And this time they made the teams random instead. Usually what they would do is they would have the teams be all different locations, but this year they just made the teams random for Jeopardy. And I think I was the one who actually would call Jeopardy, whatever. Or I picked myself as that. And there were only I think there were 5 groups this time instead of 3 groups. There were a lot of Jeopardy groups. But it's always fun, because I always do Jeopardy in so many things. In Model UN, we also do Jeopardy a lot, so I thought it was kind of funny that we did it in camp too. But, alright, camp training. The trainings went by pretty fast, even though this year I had to redo something I did my first year. So every 2 years you gotta get CPR certified. So obviously in 2023 I didn't do it because I already did it in 2022. But this time I had to do it, so I had to show up at that place from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., which was really annoying. But anyways, there's actually some stuff I forgot to mention. The first day was pretty nice because pretty much all the counselors and even some of the inclusion aides would show up and hang out, and it wasn't too intense. We had dinner at the end, and so I saw some people I hadn't seen for a while. There's this inclusion aide that I'd worked with in 2023 who was they were 17 when the previous year, and now they were 18 and about to start college after the summer, and it was cool seeing them after a while. And then there was also this other inclusion aide who has actually appeared on this channel, or at least on the second channel, Rebus, who I'd barely known from the previous year, who I really got to know this year because this time they were the one that was with me instead of the other person. The other person was in a different group. And then obviously there was the guy counselor that I knew pretty well. And it was actually very sad because we sat next to him. I sat next to him. And then we all got information on our, what position we'd be, where location we'd be. And this year he wasn't going to be at the same place. He was going to be at the main place instead of where I work. And so it was actually very sad. I felt bad for him because he actually wanted to work with us. And he was sentenced to work at a different place. And I actually felt really bad for him. And I hope that's a fate that I don't get to meet this year. Oh my god. I swear, working this year, they send me a different location. I'll be so pissy. I will be so angry. Oh my god, guys, I have to number 2. The feeling's coming in. Oh no, why? Alright, I need to stop running. Anyways, I don't know why I'm telling you guys this. I just am. I need to make like a designated farming area. I think I was going to do it down there. I might actually. Fine, I'll start it now, but I'm not going to obviously finish it for a while. It's going to be right down here. It's like a bit of flat land and stuff. Yeah, right down here would be nice. It's kind of flat. Oh, what's up? Ultimate Racer, how's it going? You probably are the only one right now. People just come and go. I don't blame them. That's how I do with streams as well. They get water in game, not real life. But as I was saying, so it felt bad, but we all got to have like a nice pizza dinner together that night, and I even got to meet some of the new teachers, because remember, it's not only counselors, it's also teachers. We had a lot of counselors. Like, if counting me, the counselors that were working at my location that year were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And previous years, it's only been like 4. So that was like shocking to me. That was the first like #1 shock. Is how many counselors we had that year. Actually, I should probably have it be a continuous thing like this. That's good enough, yeah. And so as it usually goes in the trainings, like at first, like I didn't really know like any of the counselors, like the counselors I would get to know very well over the summer. I hadn't talked to them yet. But there's this one girl who sat in front of me, who's actually Indian. The first ever Indian I've ever worked with at this job. Yes, I'm telling the story of the summer again. Fake red, I am doing it. I'm playing my solo survival hardcore world. But this time it's of summer of 2024. She was the only ever Indian I've ever worked with, because my town doesn't have a lot of Indians. And she was very quiet. I was like, hey, we're working together. Nice to meet you. And she was kind of like quiet. I'm like, oh, God, this is not going to go well. And yeah, it was a bit awkward, but whatever. And I later found out, I didn't know at the time. Well, I didn't know right then, but she was actually 14. She was like the youngest hire that they'd ever done. She was a 14-year-old. They hired a 14-year-old fresh out of middle school. Like, that's nuts. Like, she's literally going to be closer in age to those kids than she is to me or any of the other people we're working with, basically. So, yeah. She ended up being super chill and talking to me eventually. It's just like, you know, if you're 14 and it's your first ever job, you're going to be a bit quiet and nervous, you know? Like, I don't blame her at all. But anyways, basically, usually we would have one counselor per group. But this year, because we had so many counselors hired, it was 2 per group. And actually, almost 3 per group. I'll get into that later. But it was 2 per group at the start. And so she was my junior counselor, basically, and I was the senior counselor. So I was like, all right, I'll teach you the nook and crannies of working a camp counselor job. I got you. And so, anyways, I'm just gonna hoe that up and then yeah, go back up. The first training day was fine, and the second day of training I think was just like a second day. There were less people there. And the third day was the stupid CPR training where I had to be there for 7 hours. Oh no, okay, there was one detail I forgot to mention. So back to the first day. There was this girl who worked the job 2 years ago. So 2 years before. She worked in summer of 2022, not summer of 2023. And she was back for summer of 2024. But when she worked in 2022, she was like not at my location. So I barely knew her. I barely spoke to her, whatever. But this year, not only was she at my... Well, actually, I'll get to that later. But anyways, I hadn't talked to her when I saw her in 2022. But this year, so I talked to her because her dad is literally my doctor. Like, my doctor, who's going to be my doctor until actually this year is my last time I ever be with him. Because the way that pediatricians work where I'm from is they're with you until you turn 22. So they're with you from like age 8 or whatever, age 6 until you're 22. The same guy, yeah. And so this time, previous years I hadn't talked to her, but this time I talked to her. I was like, yeah, your dad's my doctor. And she was also someone I had a high school class with her, like sophomore year of high school. in like 2018, entering 2019. She was in my chemistry class, my chemistry honors, and I actually sat next to her for like. They would like make you change seats every month or so for like a month, and so it was kind of crazy. I was like, "Hey, I don't know if you remember me, but your dad's my doctor." And she's like, "Oh my god, we were in the same high school, whatever." And she was super chill and friendly. We talked so much that day. And then there was another guy too. He's actually a really good-looking guy, and he came up to me. He's like, "Hey, I remember you from high school." I'm like, "I'm sorry, bro, I do not remember you," but I was super friendly with him. He was super chill. He's a very nice guy. And he also went to high school. He's also my grade. Or was he a year old? No, he was a year older. So he had just finished college and stuff. And he was also working as a counselor. But he was at a different location, so I actually would barely see him throughout the summer. But I did see him all the time, so we'll get into that as time comes, I guess. But I'll play some more Mall again. Why not? Anyways, so... And then those two ended up becoming friends too, and I remember talking to them a bit at the dinner, as well as I was friends with some of the other with the other counselors I knew from previous years and stuff, who actually worked with me at my location, and we became friends with this one girl, who is going to be our. It's kind of hard to describe, our specials teacher. Like, yes, there's literally a class called specials. We'll get into it later. Yeah, dude, this is like LD Shadow Lady's like basis because she loves building with cherry blossoms. Also, because she's just pink. You're just discriminating her because she's pink, bro. But yeah, so it seemed like a pretty fun start to a year, and it was a pretty fun year. But we'll get into some of the misgivings later. I need to go mining again. I think. Like, I need diamonds. That's like the one thing I'm missing. So I might do that in a second. The thing is, I kind of need more food. I'm going with this. This is probably more than enough right now. Just like a short trip down to the mines. I'm mining away. Don't know what to... Oh, I need to turn off cave maps on. There we go. I don't cheat, guys. Don't worry. It is for any new world or server, it automatically has cave mode on, which sucks. Anyways, now we can move ahead. Second day, I don't remember much happening. These still our usual like practice scenarios and stuff. I actually don't even remember the practice scenarios this year. I just don't remember what happened. And so moving into the third day, where I had to be there for like all day for CPR training, it was a bit annoying, but like it's fine. You have to be CPR certified. Like, you have to be prepared for like any bad situation, because many bad things can happen. And this year was definitely the year where the most bad stuff happened. So it's probably a good thing that I got some of the CPR training was helpful for a situation that did end up occurring. Yeah, the only problem is you don't have Minecraft Java Edition, do you? I think that's why I think I tried inviting you to Hearth when Hearth Season 7 started, but you don't have Java Edition, so like you can't play with us, fake red. Sad face. Level am I at? Level 14. Negative 14. But I would love to have you along for some stuff, so I'll let you know if future SMPs we on. Yeah, but it sucks because like I don't play Roblox and you don't really play much Minecraft, so you do have it? Then why haven't I invited you? Because like I know Bedrock. I think you had Bedrock or something. Whatever. You're being over dramatic. Okay. You do? Okay, we should definitely play together at some point. Obviously, right now, I mean, you can join Hearth if you want. Like, it's open invite, whatever. I would love to do an SMP with Chair Pizza's community, because like I haven't done it with them yet. Like, I played with Chosen, and that's it. I played Minecraft with Chair Pizza separately, but I think Chair Pizza would be very successful if he ran an SMP through his Discord. What do you think about that? And you're a head mod on there, so you could definitely pose the idea to him. It's kind of rare. It's Deep Slate Copper. But I don't want any of this. I want diamonds, man. I gotta keep mining. So I found like a mine shaft or something. Here, let's like pick a direction and go in it. But anyways, that training was fun. I remember like actually during the lunch break, I actually sat with that counselor, the one that apparently that knew me from high school, and he Remember we chatted for a bit, talking about life and stuff. I'm not sure if he said this. This might be like a false memory, but I think he said he knew my older brother, the one who died. So I found that interesting. And obviously then there was the other counselor as well. The other guy counselor. I'm just gonna call him the Mexican guy, because that's like the best way I can describe him. Who I wasn't gonna be working with this summer, but like I saw him at the training and that was it. And so anyways, I remember eating lunch with them and all that, and then apparently our family friends own a sandwich shop right there where I think people actually went to eat. I think I packed my lunch though, but like other people. So next time I'm working there, if they do another lunch break, I'm gonna go stop by that guy's, our family friend's sandwich shop. Anyways, so then the training was done, and then we had like a little under a week until the camp started. And so I did some stuff during the week. So, oh my god, guys, there was something huge I forgot to mention. Oh my god, you accept the SMP bet. You can join through my description. All on the main channel, at least, all my descriptions have invites to that server. It's our community Discord. It's under the, I think, my Discord, though. My Discord always has to be on top, guys. It's about to break. I'm just gonna let it break, to be honest. No diamonds. Nice. Or no caves, really. If you want to find diamonds in this game, you're gonna want to find caves. Just how it is, bro. God, it's about to be night. I want a screenshot of this. The reason why it's generated so weird over here is because technically I loaded this area when I didn't have a waypoint map, but the waypoint map accounts for that. Weirdly enough. It like accounts for that. I remember on my Survival world, which I probably need to continue Survival. One thing is I don't think I've moved it over from my other PC yet. That happened too. But anyways, I need to continue from where I left off, yeah. Oh yeah, there was something huge I forgot to mention. At the Waystar of the summer, like before I went on that Iowa trip, and before my brother even, we moved him in, I knew there was something I was forgetting from the start of the summer, but I couldn't touch it. I finally reconnected with some old friends. So I have one of my good friends who's super Jewish, and we hang out all the time. I definitely mentioned him previously. He lives, not super far nearby, but he lives like the closest to, the farthest you can be while still being nearby. He actually had contact with one of my old friends from 2018 who I didn't talk to since like really 2020, since the pandemic began. And he got us back into contact, and that guy invited me to hang out with his friends and see the Aurora Borealis one night. And so I went to see the Aurora Borealis with these people I hadn't talked to since 2020 or even seen. And it was really fun. Like we went out in the night, we went to this nature reserve kind of northwest of my house. And we sat out all night on this hill talking. And also there was someone I knew from middle school who I hadn't talked to in years as well. And we all played Clash Royale together because they're both really into Clash Royale, these two guys. And there's other people there too. Like, there's even one girl and stuff. And there was no Aurora. So we started driving back. There was a cop there who was like, hey, you guys were parked here. He was a super nice cop. He's like, you guys were parked at this park thing way past closing. So I just wanted to warn y'all, if y'all had come home if y'all had come back any later, you would have gotten towed. And it's like, Jesus Christ. Thank you, you're a nice guy. Nice cop. And then on the way out, we saw all these cars stopped. We're like, what are they looking at? And right there was the Aurora Borealis. And I got photos, and I definitely uploaded it to Twitter, so you can probably find it there if you want to. And so I forgot to mention that. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because then, now, cut back to actually still really early June. I think right after that, like, third day of training, I went rock climbing with him. He invited me to go rock climbing, and there's this place in kind of like North Chicago, uptown, where you can go rock climbing, and it was really, really nice. And I had so much fun. It's bouldering, not really rock climbing. It's bouldering is rock climbing. It's just like the course is hard. It's not really about like how high you go, and you don't get like belayed or anything, you know, carabined or whatever. I was like, okay, we're definitely going to do this more over the summer. And he agreed. And I probably posted some photos or videos on my Twitter of that too. Let me sleep now. Love the music, by the way. I'm taking a lot of screenshots, bro. But anyways. So that happened. And then a different one of the days, I was going to meet up to go to Six Flags with my friend from college. The same person I went to Six Flags with in July of 2023. But this time my brother wasn't coming because he was obviously at college. And so I went, and it was just two of us, and we hung out, and we played Clash Royale together. So I played Clash Royale with everyone. Everybody. Like, my old friends, my new friends, even friends from my summer job. Yeah, and the difference is, I always play Clash Royale with guys. For some reason, girls just aren't into the game. I don't know why. I've met so many guys who are into it. I've met so many girls who are not into it. Or I've met no girls who, like, are into it. I'm not trying to be sexist. I'm just saying that's, like, an observation I've made. It's not meant to be negative, either. But you need to go. There we go. Get his ass. Yeah, Six Flags is a really nice amusement park with tons of roller coasters. And it was really fun. We hung out, we chatted. And the thing is, it's nice to meet up with college friends outside of college. Me and him are both in Maui UN together, so we talk about that a lot. And here's the thing, like it's probably my last time going to Six Flags, because at this point I was going every summer. Like, summer of 2022, I went twice. Summer of 2023, I went twice. And summer of 2024, I only went once. Although I was planning to go again. I literally they have these special refillable cups. I literally wasted money on that fucking shit, because I was planning to go again. And I never got to go again. But I did do something else amusement park related, which I'll get into later, which is ultimately better. I'll get into that later. Okay, I'm gonna not replant these two. I'm gonna use these two to breed the pigs. So I'll get into that later. When that comes up. Which actually was in August, so it was like over 2 months later. So it'll be a while before I get to that. It's a really good time. And then, slowly but surely, time progressed. And I'm probably forgetting stuff that I'm probably gonna mention later, but whatever. We got to the start of my summer job. Full on. I'm going to start by talking about that, and then I think I'm going to end the stream, because I want to get into that. I want to get that done, at least. My summer job was one of my favorite things I've ever done. I love working as a camp counselor. It is, like, something that I think is really enjoyable, but only due to, like, a combination of things. It's not just due to, like, one thing, you know? Actually, I will make the second level deep slate. I think it'll look cooler. I will, yeah. Does it look at 3 high? I think that looks good, yeah. So let's get into it. Actually, realistically here, I should probably not do it this way. Oh yeah, I made more friends in college than I made in high school, which is kind of shocking. Because usually it's not exactly that way. But I think I just became a social butterfly in college, where I wasn't much in high school. Also, I didn't have to worry about COVID as well. Alright, I'm going to quickly turn these into slabs, actually. I also might make them polished, even though I kind of do like the whole, like, you've cobblestone on the ground, so maybe I will make them, regular cobble deep slate. Alright, anyways, so, it's a very fun day that, but then, it was literally the day before I became a camp counselor, too, or before my job started. So I did that, and then I went home, and then I went to bed. I think we actually went to Chipotle before. We went to Chipotle after going to Six Flags. Then I went home, and then I went to bed, and the next day was my first day. Now, if you want to know details about this day, there's some stuff I really remember in strong detail, and there's stuff I really don't remember in strong detail. So this was June 10th, 2024. It's not too long, though. About 7 months ago now. A little over 7 months ago now. And I woke up and I went to work. And I went to work really early. For some reason this year they're like, yeah, we want you there at 8. So I was like, oh god, I'm there like way earlier. Was it 8? It was like 8:15 maybe. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, the music is charming. Thank you for pointing that out. And so there were a ton of new counselors. If I were to describe the new counselors, there's 2 purple counselors, purple pod counselors, 2 new purple pod counselors, 1 new green pod counselor, and then there's obviously the green pod teacher is the same. there was a new camp director. There were 2 camp directors. Well, there actually technically were 3 then. The assistant director didn't arrive until midway through the 2nd week. So, but basically, the old camp director, the woman I knew for the past few years, she was working only part-time. And so because of that, there was a second one. And they were both co-directors. You know what I mean? And so there were 2, and the new one was a new person who had never worked the job before, and so she was a bit overstressed about things, and I'll get into that way later. But anyways, that's for a different time. Yeah, this is a part-time job. Part-time jobs are nice. Great, you should definitely work again then, Fake Red. And look at this, the 2nd level of the house. First level's cobble, 2nd level's deep slate. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. It's supposed to make sense. And so, arriving there was a lot of work that needed to be done. I immediately arrived, and here's the thing about our camp. This year, there was going to be a 2nd mini camp running alongside our camp at the same building, which is the camp for like the toddlers, for like 4-year-olds and stuff. That one was also running in like a certain one big room. So like what usually was our music room for the previous 2 years was now belonged to these other kids, and so I had to help them move in because I want to mention I was the only guy counselor this year working there. Only guy counselor. The rest were girls. And so, obviously there were some guy inclusion aids, but like those come and go, you know? So, they had me moving all this stuff for them. Like all these like, they had like this like little puppet thing. Like we could do puppet shows and stuff. And I had to move it in. And it was so hard. But thankfully, they called me out. They're like, actually, we need you to watch the pre-care group. The first year I'd worked camp in 2022, there was a thing called pre-care, and they got rid of it in 2023, I think because no one signed up, or not enough people signed up. I think it was not enough people signed up, but they brought it back. And so we all had signed up for our individual days, and I literally only signed up for 3 days out of like the 28 days of camp. So yeah, I didn't have to do it till like July. But there was a new counselor who needed to be covered because the camp director was like, this is your 3rd year. You don't need to hear the gist of stuff. You don't need to get the tour. And so, yeah, you're going to watch these couple kids. And basically, it was just a bunch of random kids. But one of them was actually in my group. There's this one girl who's, she was like a black girl. And she was in my group. But, like, and it was me and, like, one of the newer counselors who was, like, probably only 15. The junior red pod counselor who was there. And, yeah, we were just chilling, and she was talking to the kids, and I was just kind of sitting there, like, I wasn't really talking to those kids that much. I kind of went on my phone a bit, I think. I was just like, you know, whatever. These kids are new, so they didn't really know me, but I was like, wait till the regulars come in and see me. They're gonna go nuts. That's what I was thinking to myself. And holy crap, I was right. So, anyways, then eventually it was time to go to the front, and the kids would arrive, and the regular kids, not the kids who were coming early. And I remember I went back to the office, and I could see, because the way the office is, it's kind of in a weird spot where there's a window, but like it's a basement. So the window is like, how do I describe this? The window is like peering out at this is the ground, and this is the office. It's like peering out there, and I could see like 2 kids that I recognized immediately. I was like, okay, this is great. And I kind of knew how this year would go in the sense of like who I'd be paired with, because in previous years I always worked the oldest pod, and there were kids who were in the younger pods who were, I was thinking this year they're probably gonna be in my pod because now they're a bit older, right? And holy crap, I was right. I literally had like all the classic kids that I knew from all my years in my group, which I thought was kind of crazy. Actually, I don't think I need to extend this more. I need to make a rooftop. The rooftop has to be made out of wood. I'm going to have to, like, get spruce wood or something for this because I want to make it look good. This roof. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to start working on the roof in a second. You still like 2-story houses? That's good, Fake Red, that's good. Because that's what I'm building, baby. I'd be concerned if you didn't like it. What should I do with this TNT, by the way? Let's put it away for now. But there were a lot of kids who I was like, oh yeah, these kids are definitely going to be in my group this year. And what do you know? They were the kids that were in my group. And so I go out there, and this is the part I don't really remember much of for some reason. I just remember going out there, and it's a blur. I guess I talked to all the, like, obviously all the kids in my group. So this year, for some reason, this still confuses me. There was a kind of a swap. Oh, hello. I'm going to sleep and then talk to you. Sadly, I don't have anything. I don't have any emeralds. Actually, I might have emeralds. Fine, I'll be back. I'm gonna sleep and then see what emeralds I have. If I have any. Let's see. Okay, I'll buy one thing off that guy. Might as well. But basically, every single kid who I had known, most of every single kid who was slightly on the older side that I'd known from previous years was in my group, which was fucking insane. Some kids that were in the young group my first year were in my group that year. And so, I'm actually going to take the jumbo sapling. Oh. It's pricey. Fuck you, buddy. 5 emeralds. Whatever, dude. You know what? I guess I'll grow mushrooms under my house. Grow some shrooms under my house. Right here, there's a bit of cover. Yep, enjoy growing down there, I guess. But, anyways, it was a very interesting day. I know I streamed on this day, actually. I think I streamed Heartless MP right after. I probably talked about it more there, better than I can talk about now. I think I was building the monastery and stuff. But, it was a good day, let's just say. It was a good day. I'm trying to remember. Like, I really can't remember anything that super well about the intro. But basically, all these kids came to me. Oh, I do remember, actually. I just unlocked pretty much most of the good memories from that, or just the memories from that day. Not necessarily good, per se. I'm also going to start working on I'm going to cut down some trees and work on a chicken pen. I do want chickens. This is the easiest to breed due to only requiring seeds and stuff. Need some more wood for it, though. Yeah, I remember all the kids lining up for me. I was like, oh god, this is going to be an exciting year. And I remember the previous year, 2023, my first day was super fun, and this day was just kind of like that. There were a lot of new kids in my group, too. But anyways, I worked the blue group, I was saying. It was kind of weird. For some reason, the blue group was the older group this year, and the red group was the younger group. And so, obviously, I was with the blue group this time. So instead of working with the red pod, as I had done the previous years, I was working with the blue pod. But it was the same thing. It was still the oldest group of kids. And all the other groups were like, oh, you know, we've got like 10 kids, maybe 8 kids. And then my fucking group had 21 kids. And overall, I think a couple of them were missing the first day. And that's fucking crazy, dude. And if I was to describe it to you, like, who all showed up that, like, I know, there was like this one girl who was really into Poppy Playtime the first year. And she was there. And then there was this one mean girl, not the mean girl I call C. She'll come in the story later, not on the first day. But there was a ton of kids who I'd known, and from other groups. Like, there's this one girl who came from oh my god, yeah, actually, okay, I'll get into this. There was one girl who comes from like a family from like Serbia or something, who I'd known from my previous 2 years, who also knew my nickname. Yeah, and then there were these girls who I'd like seen on July 3rd the previous year. They were in my group too. Then there was, I mentioned the Andrew family. Usually I'd only have 2 of them, like the older boys, but also I had like the middle-aged girl as well. Not middle-aged, like basically they're this Andrew family who I mentioned previously, who are really iconic. I love this family. They have 4 kids, and they all went to the camp this year, and they had 2 older boys, one girl who's kind of like in the middle, and then a young girl. And then everyone was in my group except for the young girl, who is still in the green group. And so I had 3 kids who were siblings, which is crazy. Then, who else did I have? Yeah, I had this one girl super mean. We'll get into her later. Her older brother was in my group the previous 2 years, but now he was like too old to go back to the camp, so he was done. And it was an exciting start. And then there was a bunch of new kids, which we'll get into. And so I'll get into the new kids as well. Really, really fast. Wow, you really want to come up to my base, don't you, huh? Attract a lot of attention, doesn't it? Okay, I think the chicken pen should be kind of in between both. So sheep pen's up there. A cow and pig over here. I think chicken pen should maybe be over here then. Where, like, I'm trying to find the perfect spot because like the terrain's all like messy, you know, messy like the soccer player, football player. Fine, I'll put like over here or something. No, I can just take my shovel and do some flattening, really, really fast. Like, how about right up here? If I chop down this tree, I'll have some space. That seems like a good idea to me, personally. So, to begin with, we had our usually long recess, and then we did the tour inside. And the problem was, I was like, guys, I can't give the tour because I don't know what the actual rooms are. Smiley face. Because I missed the tour because I was supposed to help watch the early group, the pre-care group, whatever. But, oh yeah, I'm remembering a couple other kids I mentioned in my group. There was also this girl who was around the previous year, for the start of the year, who was really into reading. We'll get into more about that girl later. But she was also in my group. And maybe she wasn't there on the first day. Do you watch boring movies? No. I don't like to fall asleep to watching stuff. I like to fall asleep to being in the darkness. So, no, I don't. I know some people are like, I pull up your stream so I can have something boring in the background to fall asleep to. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's not me. Sorry. I'll let the sheep live. Sorry, buddy. Change my mind. Twice a month. Dude, you're crazy for that. Is that what this is? Is this stream like a boring movie, kind of? But yeah, working camp again. Fun. Did the tour, whatever. Someone gave them the tour. I don't know who did. I probably didn't. And then, during the first day, our first activity was counselor time, which the previous year was like a full-on activity we'd have every day. But this year we'd only have it at the beginning of the camp year because we didn't have a music teacher, because I guess whoever was supposed to be the music teacher, whoever was supposed to be the music teacher like backed out at the last minute or something. And so temporarily we were going to have this counselor time, and then we were going to bring it back or something. I don't know. Okay, that's fair. I mean, at least you're giving viewership to someone's project. Oh, I really respect that, actually. I kind of want to do out more YouTube videos, like watch them in the background and stuff. But, this is a conversation for a different time. So, I'm going to continue on the story now. Damn it, I'm so bad at storytelling, guys, I tell you. Okay, that's bad. I do. No. I'm just gonna turn it back to what it was. It's always like I have either one extra or one too less, so I'm not gonna do it that way anymore. So, anyways, the first day, yeah, we started out with counselor time, and I just like, hey kids, we're just chill outside, play, do whatever you want, except instead of being the whole camp, it's just us. And there were these two girls who were new, completely new, and one of them was especially a troublemaker. Oh, you're talking to your sister now. Yeah, that's okay. It's gonna take right, don't worry about it. I'm almost on the stream anyways. I just want to finish up talking about the first day, and that's it. Then I'm done. There was these two girls. And I guess they were best friends because they knew each other from like school or something. And one of them, who was like she was kind of like the shorter one of the two, She was she was a very big troublemaker, anyways. But she was already like saying like, "I'm hungry. When is lunch?" And I was like, you want to see when lunch is? I'll pull up the schedule. And we had like an hour. And she was like, and then she was like kind of like tugging at me or something. And I was like, oh, I literally was thinking to myself, this is the first fucking class of the first fucking day. And this is already happening. This girl is going to be, trust me, going to be a troublemaker. And boy, was I, the foresight. Yeah, I was right about that one, dude. Oh my god. And there also were some other kids from like, oh, Red Timer. Nice Squid Game PFP. We had the Purge. I can't tell. It looks like the Squid Game guard. But with like the Purge, like mask style. I can make some golden carrots later. These types of guys, yeah. It was a bit annoying. And so a lot of kids that were back, I'm like weirdly remembering all the kids who are iconic. There's this one kid who was really interesting from the previous year. He was also only from the first session. And he was like really into Dream, but he really liked me a lot, even though he was kind of like a troublemaker kid. And he was back, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so happy to see you, man. Like, it's so great that you're back. And then there were some girls I remember from previous years too, and there were some new girls. And again, I think I just need to keep telling the story, and like I'll introduce people as they come up. But yeah, it was kind of annoying. And then obviously, you may remember, I push people, every year I push kids really high on the swing. Well, this year was no exception to that, let's just say. I should probably replant these. All the kids remembered how high I'd pushed them on the swing. They remembered it. Like, it was kind of shocking to me, actually, that these kids really remembered me that well. So immediately, I had, like, all the kids lining up, from my group especially, but from other groups too, like, push me, push me. And so I started pushing them really high. And as I've always said, the first day of camp, it's always like, I'm like really into it. Like, I'm like, I want to push these kids. And then as the camp year goes on, I'm kind of like, fuck that. I'm getting tired of this. You do remember that? Okay, literally, yeah. I brought it back this year. Or last year now. It's I brought it back. And so, among some of these kids were these 3 girls who I had known from previous years. One of them is like the girl who's from the Andrews family. And then the other one is the Serbian girl. And the other one is this redhead girl who I saw July 3rd the previous year, but I didn't really know her that well until this year. But they decided to do something horrible to me. Dude, these girls. On the first day, like before lunch, or maybe it was at lunch, I don't know. It was at lunch or something. Remember I said this is the summer of cicadas, right? So not only were there like a lot of cicadas around, but there also were a lot of cicada shells around. They took a cicada shell, like grinded it out. Like, you know, you grinded it out. And then came up to me when I was like just chilling on the swing or something, and put it on my back. And it's a cicada shell. So I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? And of course they're laughing and they start chasing me, bro, with this like cicada shell. And this year definitely got kind of crazy with a lot of the stuff that happened, like with kids chasing me and all that. And I'm going to get into that later. But yeah, these girls were chasing me with cicada shells. And they started some like cicada alliance or something. And it was all meant to like be against me. And so yeah, if you can tell at this point, like other counselors were definitely noticing that I was definitely the most popular counselor. I think even like maybe like halfway through the summer, I had like all these other counselors come to me and say, yeah, you're definitely the most popular counselor at this camp. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, it was so fucked up, Fake Red. These girls. Oh, and these are different ones than the one I was mentioning earlier who were like talking about like how hungry they were and stuff. Like literally when I was telling them, hey, lunch ain't for a bit, bro. Yeah, so you could tell it was already like it was a very fun day. And I don't know, we had 3 other classes. We had drama. And our drama teacher was another example of someone. There's many examples of these people who returned from 2 years previously. Our drama teacher was someone who worked as the assistant camp director 2 years earlier. And so she was a drama teacher now. And so I was like, hey, I haven't seen you in like 2 years, but what's up? And then I'll get into it later. Our assistant camp director, who comes on the second week, is also someone who worked 2 years earlier. And our art teacher was the girl whose dad who's my doctor. She also had returned from 2 years earlier. So there were a lot of people that returned from 2 years earlier. Just took an off year in 2023, I guess. Oh, more has grown as I left. Nice. I'm not going to go back down and get it, though. So yeah, we had art, we had drama, and we had specials. How do I explain this? our drama class was the same drama class we had 2 years ago, which is where which was literally my kindergarten classroom. I'll never forget about that. Music didn't exist yet. Counselor time, we had our same counselor time room, but I decided to spend it outside that day. Even though that day was cold. It was June 10th, I remember it was like a really cold day. Like I had to wear a sweater. For some reason, June, whenever my summer camp job starts, for some reason it's always like super cold. Like it's in the 50s and 60s and shit. Even though it's June, you know. Oh, the good music's back. Let's go. Okay, I'm gonna keep reading these animals. But, anyways, then we finally had this class specials, which was in our old drama room from the previous year. And that was it. And I really wish I could tell you more about I remember about the day, but like I just don't remember much about the day. Like, I don't know. Sorry guys. I'm gonna go looking for chicken, and I think I'm gonna stop the stream after that. There's a white horse there. A beautiful stallion. I kinda wanna tame this guy and bring him. One. Let me tame him quickly. Actually, let me go get my saddle, and I'll be back. But yeah, it was a fun first day, and I remember coming home, being so tired, but being like, that's fun. Oh, I guess I'll mention a couple more kids now that I remember. I mentioned the trio of girls. There was also a boy as well. He was super short. He's he'd been at camp every year, but he'd never been in my group because usually he was in the purple 1 week group. But this year he was in a 4-week camp group. And then there's this really nice girl who I didn't know her at the time because she was brand new. This really nice blonde girl. We'll get into her later, but she's a very nice kid. That's all I'm gonna say. And that was that. That was the first day. But I remember talking to her the first day, anyways. And it didn't really stand out too much. I just had a lot of fun pushing kids on swings and stuff. Oh, and then one more thing. One more detail I forgot to mention. I remember there's this Andrew girl who was the youngest. And a lot of the kids that were in the green pod the previous year had like moved up to the red pod. And the green pod is like made for little kids. But for some reason she was like one of the only kids who was in the green pod the previous year who hadn't moved up to the red pod. Or yeah, the red pod. I said that right. I thought I said that wrong, but I said it right. And I remember the previous year I had actually given her my like lanyard with my ID on it. Well, not with the ID. I took the ID out. I gave her my old one from 2022 because she really wanted my current one. And I was like, no. And the first thing she told me that day, I guess she was 5 back then. Now she's 6. She was like, yeah, I lost that thing. I was like, okay, great. Well, you're not getting another one from me, Chief. And she was like, okay. But anyways, that was the end of the first day. I'll get into more stuff later. There's a lot more lore. This year was definitely one of the hugest for lore, I would say. And definitely the craziest, and definitely like the most interesting. But yeah, that's the beginning of me telling the story of summer 2024. It's gonna take a while. I probably won't have this done until at least May. I'll probably do another stream tomorrow, going into it. Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach ruin in probably like an hour or 2. If you want to watch it Fake Red, you might actually be asleep by then. Sorry. Shit. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye! This was a fun stream. I definitely got a lot of progress done in the world too. And definitely ready to continue this world entering 2025.